What's up everyone, Kyrios here, and today we're going to talk about the new raid, Shiro Kuro, and talk about how you can get very hard mode down with little to zero mystic characters. Now your mileage may vary depending on what level you are, and I know that they did launch Izuna and Haruna as the banners, mainly because for this boss. So go ahead and check out those videos that are listed above before you do the pull, and then go ahead and check out this guide and see if you actually need the pull to take this down. I'm going to show you. Let's kick off the video. Oh yeah, quickly like, subscribe, all that goodness, blah blah blah. Okay, for boss abilities, this fight is broken up into two portions, the Shiro fight and the Kuro fight. As a quick recap, you'll have the HP bar at the top. You'll have the stun bar just under the HP bar. You use the element against it to fill that. And then you will have its special ability fill meter on the right-hand side. Ability number 1, ball bombs. Essentially, the boss will put balls on the ground that can explode and push your team around and do damage. Future Kyrios here, you want to make sure you use characters like Serena and Fuka in order to move your characters out of the AoE. Second ability, rolling ball. Essentially the ball will, or the boss will roll a ball at your students that does damage to everyone in the path. Now this does it in order from middle to left to right, so it's ideal that you move your team to the right side. Ability number 3, charge. This is in Kuro form. Essentially, the boss will send teacups and ponies and Batman and a bunch of other things at you. It seems to be fairly scripted. Essentially, it will charge out, hit the first thing it hits, knock them back, do some damage. You can pretty much just heal through this. You can also use abilities to move out of the way. Okay, let's talk team composition. Now, for your first team, if you are lucky enough to have a decent amount of mystic characters, you're going to want to throw those in as much as possible. You're going to want to use characters like Haruna, Chise, Isuna, and Asuna. I don't know if you really want to level her, so please take what I say with that with a grain of salt. If you really have no mystic, I guess, maybe you want to confer with me before you do that. Some other replacements you can do is Pina and Kareen if you want to, but putting Kareen in instead of Kotama is really going to, it might lower your damage overall. Kotama just does a ton of attack buff percentage ups, which is really good for the team. All right, well, if you have no mystics like a lot of people out there, or just Asuna and you do not want to level her, you can essentially down very hard mode with just a piercing team. Now, this is very hard to do, and it's going to require you to be probably somewhere in the 40s to mid 40s to close to 50 in order to pull this off. And ideally you have Iori to make this happen, but you're going to essentially stack all your best DPS in your first group, do the same kind of layout we did before with Kotama and Serena, and they're going to try and pump out as much damage as humanly possible. Then you're going to have to switch to your secondary team. And your secondary team is really just, you're going to compile in everyone else that you have left over. Junko's not actually very good here, but, you know, throw in some Mures, Tsubaki, and start throwing in some of your explosion units like Aru and Hibiki and a few others as well. So you're really going to need to just throw 1 or 2 teams at it, but you could probably pull it off.